Hey there, this is Kate with Tested, and these are some of my favorite things for 2022. Where to begin? All right, first up, I'm gonna say this is a really invaluable screwdriver set. This one is by Work Pro, and what's great is not only is it very comprehensive, as you can see, every size and shape you could want, but it's also extremely mobile. So this whole thing, I was recently on a job where I had to go on location and trying to very gingerly pick which things I would bring with me. And as I was going through it, trying to pick a few of the drivers out, I was like, oh wait, this whole thing folds, zips, and fits flat in the bottom of my travel toolkit. So it was kind of a no-brainer, and I was extremely happy that I had it because once on set, you get into the predicament of like, I need a very particular tool, and this one has it all. So in the middle here, you've got your ratcheting driver. So yeah, you can pick out any head you want to go on it. It interchanges out. You just pull the other one out, put this one in, change your direction, yada, yada, yada. You know what a ratcheting driver is. But on top of that, it has everything else you could want. I also was right in the middle of saying, dang it, I don't have a 90-degree driver, when I looked down and went, oh, wait, actually, yes, I do. And was able to reach inside of the project and unscrew something that we thought was impossible to get out. So that saved my vegetarian bacon a couple of times. Also included are some of these awesome socket heads so that you can undo any number of fasteners that you might have. I originally had this as an Irwin set that I got at Lowe's on a whim on sale. I thought it was overkill. I ended up using it so much more than I expected. I lost that set, and when I was trying to replace it, I kept thinking, I can pare down, I can pare down. And the truth is I can't. I gotta have it all. I need a little bit of everything. And so I had to hunt it down. Finally, I found this one. Like I said, this is Work Pro, and it has not failed me since. And I mean, look at this. It even comes with, this is the longest one that they've got in there. That's a nice beefy screwdriver right there. So it's not just for small dainty things, which it also is. It has some precision bits in there too. So it's gonna cover your whole spectrum. I highly recommend this. Even if you can't find the same brand, just having a kit like this, you're never gonna be upset with it. All right, this is a cordless hot glue gun. You may have seen other people cover hot glue guns before of different kinds. I myself have even featured some hot glue guns in the past. This one is special. So yes, it is cordless. Again, nothing new there, but I had to search high and low to find one that could go high and low. This has a setting for high heat and low heat. That's something you can't actually find very much in a cordless glue gun, which you might think, so what? Who needs that kind of option? Well, I do, because sometimes I'm working with industrial wood that you need a very high temperature to hold together, and sometimes I'm working with delicate, dainty foam that will melt the second you put something hot on it. So having that low setting, super game changer, really helped me a lot. And I just can't get over it. How cute is this? It's got a drip tray. It's got a cute little drip tray on there. So as you're setting it down, running around like a chicken with your head cut off on set, trying to get stuff done, this thing's gonna protect whatever's around it. So I really like that. Not to mention, if you are one of those people that buys into the full Ryobi lineup, AKA my dad, you now have one more thing that works with the same batteries. And I have to say, I hadn't done any of these before. I've been fighting for years against it. And now that I've got it, I'm like, all right, what else can I plug this battery into? I'm gonna probably look around and get a few more things to work with this. It's pretty great. It also comes with multiple tips. So you can change the shape of your hot glue gun tip. I have never done this before. I'm gonna say that. I've done a lot of hot gluing in my life, and I have yet to use a different tip. Who knows how great that is? I've only had this for a month for this last job, and it really saved my butt. But now I'm kind of interested in trying them out. There's different shapes, there's fine, there's flat. So I will report back on how that performs. If anybody else has used different tips before, please reach out. Let me know. Let me know what you use it for, if it works, if it's worth it or not. I mean, to be honest, these came free with this kit, so I didn't have to pay extra for it. So that's sort of bonus. It also came with some glue sticks. I tested it to make sure because I bought like a huge buttload of glue sticks before. My shop is stocked. And I'm like, please don't tell me I have to buy all new glue sticks. Not the case. My regular, long, standard glue sticks still work with this gun. These ones just come with cute little ones in case you're into miniatures. I don't know anybody who likes things that are small, personally. Okay, that's my glue gun. This is a set from Fiskars. Again, you might be saying, Kate, I have seen you do X-Acto blades before. How many kinds of cutting utensils can you have? And the answer is infinite. That's just me. This is from Fiskars. It boxes up nicely. Again, perfect for me being on the road. Open it up. It's got a beefy handle. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. This thing has seen some stuff. As you can tell, it's filthy, it's great. I've really put it to the test. With this handle, you can insert any kind of cutting blade you like. You've got your flat chisel tip, you've got your angled. These are some of my favorite. They're actually little sawtooth blades. So I did on this last job whip out this tiny itty bitty sawtooth blade that is too adorable for words. It worked perfectly, and it cut right through a tiny piece of wood I wanted to make marks in. This is a full-on flush saw. So like it's as if I brought all of these multiple tools. They fit so handy right in here. And one of the best parts is it's lined with magnets. So you don't have to worry about these blades falling out, flopping around. You open it up, spills all over the floor. The guy at the airport's like, oh my God, what are you doing? Luckily, you just pop it back in, boom. Very happy they didn't fall out right there. That could have been a mess. But no, the magnets save the day. I really like this set because, like I said, it lets you be ready for anything. This is maybe one of my very most favorite things. I just got it 2 months ago because I had some sanding work that would frighten any person. There was so much involved and I couldn't use my belt sander or my disc sander. It was just too delicate and too small a surface area, not to mention like within these ridge lines that you couldn't fit anything in. I was making my own custom sanding blocks, you know, doing the OG thing, trying to be authentic. And I was like, this just isn't working. My hands are cramping up. Nothing is going smoothly here. Pun intended, sanding joke. And I looked it up. I was like, there has to be something better with interchangeable sanding pads so that you're not just constantly wearing through it, peeling it off, respraying it, whatnot. So I found this. The thing I didn't realize when I bought it, because I ordered it online, is it's actually rubber. So you can see this. There's flex here. It is soft in your hand, and when you are sanding for hour upon hour upon hour, that actually makes a big difference. Like your bones are no longer absorbing all of that force that you're putting out there. So I liked that. The other thing I liked is I got the option. It came with different options that you could buy. I got the option, I wanna say this was, 80 pieces I got. So every manner of grit you could want. Let's see, I'm gonna read it off. 80, 120, 150, 180, 240, 320, 400, 600. You may read that back? So it was perfect. I was sitting there sanding and I could just rip it off, Velcro, sorry, hook and loop fastener, not the name brand one. Swap out the next one, go down, down, down until you are so smooth. It's perfect. Nobody knows it was a 3D printed part. So this thing was my savior. I absolutely loved it. I used it in prep for the job I did, and then I took it with me and I used it there. I will push this on anybody who will listen. You can see how well worn it is already just with the amount I've put it through. Very much recommend this. This one is by Polywell Abrasives. I'm sure that many people make this under different brand names, so just look around. But this thing is my new favorite thing. Here we have something that is both functional and fashionable. All right, you ready for this transformation? Ooh, ah. Yeah, it's still me. Only now I can't get little bits of metal and whatever shrapnel into my eye. These are safety glasses. And yes, I fell for a social media ad. It worked on me, but I'm not mad because I look fabulous. So you can get these with prescription. You know, I don't know if you knew this, secret, I wear glasses. So I was able to get my prescription in these while maintaining my sweet fashion sense, looking amazing, and protecting myself. I really like them a lot. I've only used them a handful of times since I got them, but so far they've held up just as good as any other safety glasses I've had. Even if they only last a few more times, still worth it. You know, like I've gone through so many pairs of safety glasses over the years. It's just nice to have ones that don't make me feel like I'm a 13-year-old in middle school science class anymore with these big bulky things. So I really like these ones a lot. Lots of different styles to choose from. These ones are from Optical Factor, and they came with a very nice case, cleaning cloth, so I can keep them protected. I'll see how long that lasts when they actually start to get scratched up, but I've got good feeling about them. Here we have Dr. Drybooth, and don't leave out the doctor. She didn't go through 8 years of medical school to be called Miss Drybooth. This is Dr. Drybooth. Truth be told, this was given to me as a gift 4 years ago, maybe 5, and it has sat in its box the whole time. It just hasn't presented itself to me as something that I absolutely needed to use. It's been moved from shop to shop. Finally, in an effort to clear my floor space, I unboxed it and just set it on the counter. And lo and behold, this last job I did, it saved my butt. In essence, it's a dry booth. It has a hot air function with a timer. You can choose how high you want it, how long you want it to run. You open up the door, you slide your piece in there, whatever you have just painted. Maybe you're waiting for something to cure. Maybe you did a 3D print. Whatever you need, slide it in there, close the door, set your heat and your timer, and it goes. It's pretty cool because there were times when I would be done for the night, I'd crank it all the way up and I'd leave, and I wouldn't have to come back down to turn it off later because it shuts itself off. But aside from drying your things, one of the things I liked it the most for is just for its protection. You know, I might paint something, throw it in here while that piece is still wet. I can go sand something and not worry about all the dust particles that are gonna fall on it. Not to mention, Sculpey, I've actually considered getting like a little toaster oven to dry Sculpey in, and now I don't have to. Like, this can do all of those things. The other thing that's cool about it is that these shelves are all adjustable. So you can slide or unscrew and move some of these pieces around so that these shelves are as tall as you want them to be. And actually, when talking with Norm recently, he suggested creating a block that goes in the bottom with holes in it, because what's my favorite technique when painting tiny pieces? I like to stick a skewer through them, put it into a block, and let it dry. So if I had one of those blocks in the bottom here, I could easily put in whatever I've just airbrushed, allow it its time to cure. I was painting things outside to save myself the fumes. It was so cold and damp that 30 minutes later, when I'm ready to do the second coat, I come back out. The piece is still mirror finish wet. It had not dried at all. So I was like, look, I don't have time to sit there with my hair dryer on it or rig something up with the hair dryer. This is nice. It's also cool because it's gentle. So maybe you've gone a little too heavy on that last coat. You've got a little bit of puddling that you hope will go away, and the minute you hit it with that hair dryer, that puddle is gonna move around and leave streaks. This is a very gentle, slow cure. It's perfect. And if you don't like the timer function, just keep resetting it, right? Like, I certainly did that where the timer would go off and I'm like, recrank it. Put it in as much as you want. It did not fail me. I very much recommend it. I believe this was from Micromark. but look it up. I'm sure that there are plenty of places that sell it. This right here has been extremely useful to me both in my professional and personal life. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say that I had a need for a wagon and I researched all of them and I picked the best one. The truth is that I went to an estate sale, tried to buy way too many tools for my shop, and needed a way to get them out of there. So I also bought the wagon that was for sale. This way I could throw all of my purchases in it and get it home, and it has since proved invaluable. So this one is Quest. What's great about it is obviously it does all the things a wagon does. So my mailbox is not near my house, so I sometimes will take my wagon down to get my mail, put all my packages in there, come back. I use it actually for things like coming in to test it. I throw all of my favorite things in it. I load the whole thing in my car. I roll it down the street. So it's very nice for that. This one has been extremely rugged. I haven't seemed to damage it at all yet, knock on wood. And it can also collapse up. So one of the cool things is that this center bottom piece pulls out. And it also has instructions on the back if you're like me and forget every single time how it works. So you pull this out, and then there's a pull tab at the center that you can simply pull up, collapse down, and then you actually wrap this around it and hook and loop fastener it closed. So that's something that's super handy. You know, if you have kids, throw your kid in there, who cares? I don't know. It doesn't have a safety restraint, so maybe don't listen to me if you are trying to be responsible. But, I mean, for a short walk down to the mailbox, why not throw your kid in there? This one also comes with a cup holder, which is great if you need to walk and wheel and drink at the same time. These have these pretty beefy wheels on them that are plastic molded, which is cool if you live like me in a place that has a lot of debris around. You're not going to pop your tire. It's pretty handy. So again, I didn't research. I didn't spend all this time looking around on sites for what people said was the best. I bought what was in front of me, and I've been very happy with it. It's extremely useful. Every time I have to bring tools to a friend's house or pick up materials from a friend's house, anything I need, this is kind of my go-to buddy, and it's been a really good buddy so far. These have been my favorite things of 2022. I hope you check out all of my fellow tested contributors videos for their favorite things. I know I will for certain holiday shopping checklists. Let me know if you've tried any of these, what your thoughts are, or maybe what some of your favorite things this year have been. Thanks.